my mind. I was expecting it to be difficult. I was expecting that I wouldn't be able to ride the whole way, but I was not expecting it to be that intense. Good morning, everyone. We are all loaded up, got the bikes in the trailer, and we are just about to leave Red Deer to head to Fort McMurray. So it's a big travel day for us. We'll keep you posted as we go. So we just rolled up to Mike's place in Fort McMurray, and we're meeting the team, checking out their cool bikes that are super set up for winter. It is absolutely freezing out here tonight. I think it's like -20 right now, plus wind chill.
Well, I woke up to find the earth was round one day, and all around the world now things begin to change. Never had I ever seen the sun, oh, rise that way above the day to greet the dawn.
Good morning, everyone. We've been up since 5 a.m. Had a bit of a drive hauling the bikes out to the start of the winter ice road here. So just getting ready to unload all the bikes from the trailer. Keep you posted. Difficulties out here. Clearly Harleys are not happy with the cold, but it sounds like they just got it started.
So day one, we're just getting the bikes loaded up. We've been running into some issues. You'll probably see some cutaways here. The adventure bikes are starting up really nice. One of them just got out here. So, but the Harleys have been a little bit of a pain in the dick.
Harleys are covered in
yeah.
layer of frost.
We got my Sporty started, and we're just working on Johanna's right now. So we just got this one gone out, kind of the primaries and everything. But yeah, so far Sporty's winning.
Oh, finally we got our bike started, which is super exciting. They were pretty angry this morning. Even though they were stored heated overnight, just the ride up really didn't help them. So I'm feeling really nervous, but also really excited. I'm the least experienced rider of the whole crew, but I'm ready for the adventure.
Taking a quick pit stop. Johanna's hands are getting cold. I think it's like -25 or something right now. So she's working with putting on some climb gloves underneath her fly gloves, and it is cold. So other than that, bikes are working good. I've learned a lot of stuff already. We ended up using 10-weight fork oil for Johanna's new forks. I think she's got the speed merchant preload adjusters, and then I can't remember what she's got running inside. We just did it, everything was like new emulators and stuff like that, new fork springs. But we went with the 10-weight oil. Mine still got the 20-weight oil in the front, and it sucks. The front end's really stiff, really hard, but hers seems to be absorbing everything pretty well. Toes are good, body's good. Just the fingers, the extremities, you know, like that wind chill. We're doing about 50 kilometers an hour right now. We got her up to like probably 65. We've seen some of the enduro bikes already doing some wheelies. So those guys are really pushing it and they're having a blast. We're just kind of still getting used to everything, getting broken in. So everything's going good.
We're only 50 kilometers down for what we have to ride today, and it's minus 25 outside. It's about minus 20 actually, with a little bit of a wind chill. I'm freezing. My heated gear is doing me good, but I'm getting pretty cold.
Well, at this pace they're saying we probably won't get there by dark.
Fuck.
Are you recording? So I don't really have a solution. It's fucking really cold. Nothing works in the cold. Everything's frozen. We're doing what we can. My breath box is frozen inside there, so it's sticking to my beard. So kind of what's happening too is Johanna's pretty cold, so Tanner's gonna gear up and just see if we can smash some pace. We're only averaging about 50 kilometers an hour, which we can get them up to 75 or so. I feel like we'd do a little better, but it's just the stops. It's just this first day working out all the kinks. That's the biggest problem, I think. You know what I mean? We didn't have these on or anything like that. Ran into the issues starting them up this morning. Figuring out what we need for gear, getting the gear broke in. It's all fresh gear, so it's all like tight and everything, and just figuring it out. We knew it was gonna be tough, but it's cold. You know what I mean? And like with the bike's not completely dialed and set up, not able to really rip. We're gonna play with the tire pressure tomorrow, see if we can get a little bit better traction. Yeah, make sure we're good to go. And still cold. Tanner and I fucking ripped. We got up to like, I don't know, I can't see my speedo, but it was like 4th, so probably over 100K easily. Wish we had some GoPro shit. We want to be able to film some more, like it opened up, but supposedly we have to like haul ass to be able to get to wherever we're going, to be able to get in by the end of the day or some shit. So this thing's like beeping in my ear.
Hey, my backup boots, man.
Yeah, I just wish we had a little bit more time. You know what I mean? Because I don't know how we're going to be able to get GoPros and stuff. I haven't even pissed in 6 hours. We just need some extra time tomorrow to like get organized and set up and geared right. And I think we're getting it. Like now that the temps, I feel like the temp has come up a bit, has it?
1 degree.
Yeah, it's not.
You can feel it. You can definitely feel it. It's better too the faster you kind of go. If you're getting that 80K, the bike grips well, and you're kind of like picking a line, so you're in the zone, so you're constantly moving, and you have to kind of stay in it.
And you just get spit right out of them, and you just drop in and just smack the lip, whoop-ah, drop down, snap, ah, and then after that, you just drop in, just ride the barrel and get pitted, so pitted like that.
So you find yourself staying a little bit more warmer.
Are you finding?
But it would be nice to like get out a little bit early tomorrow morning and like have more frequent stops. You know what I mean? And not, because we're constantly playing catch up. Every time we catch up, we have to get going again. So just long enough for us to kind of do this.
Are you standing much on your bike?
No, no, I get a big wind draft right up my neck. So again too, and I need to like, I bet it's also because I can't close my shield because I don't have it wired in yet. So if we have a few moments tonight, I'm gonna get that wired in because we didn't have the time this morning. And yeah, that's what's up.
How's Tanner doing?
Cold. everyone's cold. But it should be good.
I'll be making some pretty good gains right now.
What's that?
You guys are making some good gains because you're flying.
Yeah.
You're going over 100, you have to be.
Yeah.
Because we're going like 90.
Have to.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the shittiest part of this morning is we didn't have everything ready, and it was like getting the gear ready, getting the bikes ready, and then it was really foggy this morning, low light, couldn't see, everyone's getting used to everything, and everyone was in a hurry to get going. Yeah. So that was the biggest challenge. Now that it's like clearer and everything too, you can see long distance, so you can just walk it open and away you go.
Yeah. It's actually better if I can't talk to you guys because I can just concentrate.
Good?
Yeah, that was actually really fun. It was so beautiful, that last part.
How's your fingers though?
Pretty comfortable.
How's yours? Pretty cool.
I'm actually warm head to toe, except for my hands.
So basically what we're doing is we're just filling up some more gas here, getting ready. Last night we stayed our bikes at the school.
Perfect to have, total game changer to have our bikes stored indoors last night as opposed to trying to heat them up. And also being able to get dressed indoors was a huge lifesaver. So things are looking up. We have about a 10-degree temperature difference this morning too. So a lot warmer.
So we're just loading up Joe's bike. The deep snow makes it really tough, especially with the extra rake. It just makes it really tough. Like even the Sporty's sinking really hard, and you add like whatever, an extra 100 pounds because of the dyno. You know, it's really tough. I even took it for a spin to turn it around, and it just kind of feels like it's like out front like a chopper, and it's just kind of all over the place. And then again, you know, it's like single brake caliper and rotor setup on the one side, so as soon as you tap it, it wants to go to the one side. So we're hoping with my bike being a little bit lighter, we'll be able to get it. We have about 100K more of this stuff. Hopefully it doesn't get any deeper. We'll be able to keep our speed up a little bit, which is the trick. It's kind of like counterintuitive. The faster you ride, it almost makes it a little bit easier. We got to be ready for it to buck out and just feel free that it's going to be okay.
You have a 680-pound dyno on the loose packed road to the Northwest Territories. It's pretty crazy. So I think we're going to load up my bike for this section of the road. It's 100 kilometers of this like really, really loose packed weird snow. And then I'm going to unload it again once we get on the ice where my tires will grip really good. So. Stop for lunch here Moose Point, Moose Crossing. Adam just rode like a champ for that last huge section of road in the really deep snow. Couldn't get through it on my Dyna, so yeah, rode like a champ, drifted around lots of corners.
Yeah, we had Andy hanging out the side of the truck under the sunroof, so we probably got some shots of that from the GoPro. We're gonna try and get some fusion stuff a little bit later. We were just trying as a group to collectively get through this section just because of how intense it is. It was just super deep, super heavy for the bikes. Some of the lighter bikes we were talking about, like one of them's a KTM 500, it was like sitting up on top, shooting rooster tails, doing wheelies, having a blast. Or like the BMW bike from earlier, like he had a Wipeout, and you know, I almost dumped it multiple times. It's just so heavy, so you're constantly on the throttle. So right now everyone's already complaining about like sore forearms, sore hands, because you're just gripping so hard to keep the bikes up and maneuver them around. It's supposed to get a little flatter now and a harder ice pack. So we should be able to get a little bit higher speeds and continue on our day. So yeah, the crew's just behind us. Everyone's just grabbing coffee, a little bit of food, and having a quick fire, warming up, and going from there. So should be good. So I just had an opportunity to ride one of the Husqvarna 500, and then one of the KTM 1190s, I believe it is. Two totally different machines, totally different than what I rode. I'm riding the Sportster. But yeah, we'll just walk past them and take a quick look on the chip. Are they called grip studs, Mike?
The brand, yeah.
Yeah, these are the grip studs, so they're a little bit different than what I've been running. And obviously they don't seem to be running as many as I am. I'm just different tread pattern and everything. And then over here is the Husqvarna. This is the 500 that I rode, and again, looks like even less studs, but still the grip studs. They seem to just like, I was really surprised when I was drifting on the bikes on the ice. It was just it stuck a lot harder than the Sportster did. I'm not sure if it's just the bigger tires or the extra weight, but like you'll see from Tanner's shots here, the KTM, I was like right sideways and it was like fine. So it really blew my mind. Hit 140 or so. I was basically top speed on my bike. Obviously the Sportster's only got 5 gears and I've got that really big gear on the back, but usually I can do like 160, so not sure if it's just, I don't know, the extra drag, I have no idea. But we went really fast, and we're about 50k maybe less from Fort Smith, and we're just about there. I don't really have a whole lot to say. It's cold. The only really cold part about my body is the fingertips. We've been talking on the radios a lot on our Sena headsets. And
got the truck one set up here, so Andy and I have been passing it back and forth and talking to Adam. Sorry.
Yeah, and the biggest challenge is just keeping the hands warm. We were saying the heated grips would have been money. I also don't have the hand covers, so I think if a guy did heated grips and the hand covers, you'd be fine. But like toes are warm, body's warm, you know, so the gear is good. It's just the hands, and it's just that cold wind chill. Like I think it's says minus 12, and there's like a wind. You can see the trees moving, and then you're doing probably averaging 80, 90k right now, maybe faster. So it's just windy.
The other best thing that we have on both of our helmets is the heated visor that Speed and Strength threw on the helmets for us. We actually didn't even think of that idea ourselves, but Max decided to hook our helmets up with those, and we wouldn't have been able to do it without them.
Yeah, no, we would have
had to throw goggles on.
Yesterday I didn't have mine wired in, just we kind of forgot. We got Joe's wired in because hers was fogging up, and I was keeping mine cracked like this, and when I was getting the cold wind, I think Andy's got some photos from yesterday, my eyelashes are all frozen and stuff, so I just thought it was that cold, but today having it closed made an insane difference. They've been losing a couple screws, so we're gonna check out mine and see how it's doing. So yeah, it looks like there's 2 missing right here. One there, one there, one there. Seems to be on my right side, so I don't know. That's not really my drifting side, but.
Did you bring some extra studs with you?
Yeah, we brought some extra studs, so we might hook those up, or we might screw those in tonight, but I'll do a full rotation once we make it in tonight and see. I haven't really noticed any reduced traction, but the guy with the Husqvarna is definitely losing traction, and now it's becoming a concern if he'll get the bike back at all. So we might have to load it up if it gets too bad, because he'll just have no traction. A lot of guys like on the Harleys run the Harley bells to, I don't know, be safe, and you always like buy it for somebody else. My buddy bought this for me my first year when I bought my Sporty. It's just like a Beanie Baby, and he hooked it on there as a joke. He thought he was being funny. We were on a trip. It was like I think it was our first big trip. We rode out to BC and stuff, and it was a group of us. He thought he was being hilarious, and then it's been with me ever since. And I think I've got over 30,000 K right now. Let's take a look. 31,000 kilometers, and it's been there since probably 5 or 6 in that area. So yeah, pretty cool. So we need fuel again. Good thing I checked. So I just like to thank Gasoline Alley Harley-Davidson for all the fuel on this trip. They've filled the truck, filled the bikes from day one. So we really appreciate it. Couldn't be out here without them.
The Snow Queen didn't quite make it.
No. But we made it. Fort Smith. We're at the local Ski-Doo Can-Am dealership, so they were generous enough to let us keep all our bikes in here for the evening. So keep them warm, because I guess we were talking to some of the gentlemen that rode last year, and they didn't have this sponsorship for this, so they had to keep their bikes outside, and I guess it was a real pain to get them started. They ended up having to like boost them off vehicles and try to use heaters, and it was a mess. So luckily tomorrow morning we'll be able to start with warm bikes, very similar to that we did today. We're gonna check with Jo and see if she's riding tomorrow, what her plan is, and then go from there. If so, we're gonna have to bring her bike in so it gets warm, but we're gonna go outside and chat with her.
Yeah, we're just discussing, because we loaded up my bike today because of that bad terrain. So we're just discussing if we're gonna unload my bike so I can ride the good stretch tomorrow with them, or if we're just gonna keep one Harley out and kind of tag team the day back, because we do have to travel 500 kilometers tomorrow. So I think we've made a team decision that we're gonna take turns on Adam's bike. It's built better for this kind of terrain, as we've talked about all day. So
yeah, it is what it is. There's pros and cons to each bike,
yeah.
But this one's already unloaded, and it's just, yeah.
It's all part of the adventure.
It's all part of the adventure. I could use the brake tomorrow, especially with the 500K. That's a lot. Especially if I'm going to do the rough set. If I'm going to do that rough 100 kilometers again, I'm going to be pretty bagged. I'm already like sore in the back and the arms and everything. So if I could at least have Jo ride up to that point, I could get through it. She could take a break. We could just like rotate. It'll be good, because today we were running into like arm pump, and it's tough on the hands, and we don't have the heated grips. And
let's do that.
It's done. Good enough. So this morning we hooked up some another hand warmer setup. Also we found a pair of heated gloves we're going to try out. We tried them the other night and put too much volts into them, and we almost burnt down the hotel. But we got them on the right plug-in today, so we're going to try that out. And it just uses a little booster pack inside here. So we're going to try that out and see how today goes. It's supposed to be a lot warmer, so hopefully we'll be able to just smash out the kilometers and get it done. We've been ripping really fast. We're making really good time. We need to average about 50 kilometers an hour. I think we hit the top speed of about 128. I was talking to another guy.
Yeah, they just traveled about 120 kilometers, pretty quick. We only have 6 hours of daylight today, so we have to kind of make sure that the bikes are moving, like Adam said, 50-55 kilometers an hour. Not at that speed, but traveling that much every hour to make it in time. So yeah, I was driving the Raptor, and we couldn't keep up with the bikes, and I was going about 120 in the truck.
So it was kind of cool to see the difference between, the Raptor's got good winter tires on it, like snow rated, and yet we got the studs, and we are able to outspeed them, or outrace them, whatever, outpace them. So yeah, it's pretty crazy speeds right now, but we will be slowing down as we hit the crazy part that we hit yesterday and deep in the trees. So we're just gonna make the kilometers we can.
caught up to the bikes. Again, they're flying and we can hardly keep up, but just came across a herd of wild buffalo up here. So Adam's gonna take you guys in to check it out.
You want a code?
Oh, sure. So cool, we're getting nice and close to the buffalo.
Probably seen some shots earlier. Chris will cut to it. But I've been trying to spot bison this whole trip, and we finally got lucky and seen some.
They're huge.
They're much bigger than I thought.
Probably how they look on the camera is not accurate. They're amazing. Thanks, Mike, for paving the way for us.
That was sweet. Okay, we're just stopping here quick. My foot peg decided to come loose, so I just got wiped out. So yeah, we're just you need some Allen keys real quick, right there in the bottom corner. Try and fix it up. That's it. Just gonna tighten the other one to make sure it's good. It looks like it's a little loose. So we're just gonna, it just kind of fell on me, so I'm just changing the angle on it. Snucking it back down. And it should be good. Okay, so this is the halfway point, I think, through the trees, and so we've only got about another 20-some kilometers, I believe. Can't wait for it to be over.
I also can't wait for it to be over.
The ice roads are so much more fun. Like today, we were out running the trucks. Like I don't know what we were doing because I can't see my speedo, but probably like 120. I was in 5th gear, like in the top of 5th all day. So we're making really good miles right now. Good time.
I agree.
I agree. We're starting to lose some more studs here. I think we talked about this earlier. The other guys are using grip studs, and these are the cold cutters. So everyone is kind of saying they didn't know if they would even make it to Fort Chip or even to Fort Smith before they started rounding off like this, because it's pretty aggressive riding. So it looks like just on the main contact path it's starting to wear out and starting to spit a few. The outside ones are holding up really well, but it's because we're not on that side as often. So worst case scenario, we could pull some out of the sides and put them in, or we did bring some extras as well. We just got through the soft stuff. It didn't seem too bad, like any different than yesterday. But once we get on the hard pack, I'll know a little bit better.
Obvious bleeding or deformity there. It just looks like he really pulled his knee pretty bad, so we're just going to give him a few minutes and then get him up off the ice and into the truck.
And then we'll load up the bikes. We made it. 1,000 kilometers. Yeah, it was pretty gnarly.
I'm so proud of you.
But yeah, we made it. There's a little confusion. We almost got lost, but we didn't. And the studs at the end were done. We'll show you them. But the last like 50K have been crazy because the road's really clear and there's like a big patch of ice on the middle and you can't even ride. So we had to ride right on the edge. But if you went too far to the right, you'd have got stuck in the snow. And
his tires were spinning
just
on the hills,
spinning
all
sliding
fishtailing all
and-
over the place. I don't think I've ever white knuckled so hard in my life as that last 50 kilometers watching.
Yeah, it was pretty intense.
She wasn't even riding.
Yeah, it was scary. But we're back at the staging area, so we're just loading the bikes up, and that's it. Just want to say thanks to all of our sponsors.
Harley-Davidson, Gasoline Alley Harley-Davidson, Speed and Strength Canada, Mud Creek Medics, RU Social, Service Master Security, and Result Safety Apparel.
Thank you so much, guys. We wouldn't have been able to do this without all your help. And it's been an amazing experience and probably the craziest moto adventure we've been on so far.
Blew my mind. I was expecting it to be difficult. I was expecting that I wouldn't be able to ride the whole way, but I was not expecting it to be that intense and that kind of like scary for the whole group. We had a lot of scary moments today and I'm just really thankful we're here live.
So overall the bike handled it fairly well. Honestly much better than I had expected it to. The only really things that broke down were the studs. We wore the studs down, which we kind of expected to happen. Outside of that, even with the crash, all we did was lose one of the exhaust pipe guards. But I don't know if that was because of the crash or just because of the cold and the vibration. I'm not really sure, but other than that, I think the bike held up amazingly. Yeah, it was awesome. It was a blast.
Flying all over the road,
Yeah.
trying to get your attention.
There was chaos in the truck, so I was just trying to like...
we decided, we were just been talking about how we all almost made it through the trip without any meltdown. And the next minute, me and Tanner and Andy are distraught.
I can tell. I
Because we
wish
thought they
I
went
had a
the wrong way.
GoPro on.
Oh,
I really wish I had a GoPro because I could see fear in everyone's eyes, and I was
After we
like,
got back in the truck, we were like,
"It's fine."
we were like, oh, this guy has a GPS, and we started to see the signs, and we were like, God, that's embarrassing, because we realized that guy saw us.
well, because from Fort McMurray and everything, so I was like, I knew he's an OG. I'm like, I know he knows where he's going. That's why he's waiting for me, because he knows I don't know where I'm going. So I just like. But yeah, I just looked and it was just fear and panic, and I was like,
the truck was dying.
And I was thinking, like, where did they get a black marker from?
And everything. And these emergency things.